time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walk the mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running, toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back for another one. Hold on. I didn't put myself up here, so I didn't see this joint look like that. Hold on, let me change this real quick. I don't like the way that looks. I hope this don't change nothing. Boom, there we go. All right, cool. There we go. So I'm here to talk about the college football quarterfinals. As you can see, man, my bowl record is getting closer to 500. It's actually updated. It's now 19-16. Man, look. The amount of BS that I'm losing these bowl games on is honestly, I'm legit irritated. I'm legit mad. It legit put me in a bad mood. To lose games, the game I won, the Louisville game, that game was almost lost because I've never seen this before in my life. 2 unsportsmanlike conducts were applied on the kickoff, which put the onside kick at the Louisville 30, 35. And Washington almost recovered that onside kick to win the ball game. I've never seen that in my entire life. After, mind you, a phantom 4th and goal pass interference when there was no pass interference whatsoever. It should have been an incomplete pass. Louisville should have won there. But a phantom call gives them 4 sets of downs, and they get it on the next 4th and goal. Then I lose the game. Iowa, 4th and 1. What was that? They only scored 3 points in the second half. I don't even think the Mizzou I think Mizzou punted their last possession of the game. It's just stupid stuff. Baylor, LSU going on right now. Baylor coming back down 10, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, something like that. Snap goes 40 yards over the quarterback head. Can't make it up, man. I told y'all about Pitt. This is what was so stupid in the Pitt game. Again, 4th and goal at the 1 yard line. You decide not to go for it. Your next play is from the 3 yard line, one play. Why would you? It's better odds to go for it at the 1 and try to win the game there. Stupid, just stupid stuff. Michigan beat Alabama with a bunch of backups because Alabama started off with a turnover on downs, an interception, and I think 2 fumbles. I can't make it up. I can't make this up. But that's my little rant. Trying to finish bowl season with a above 500 record, but these kids, they're not making it easy. They're not. It seems like I'm the kiss of death. I pick your team to win after week 1. Sayonara, you're about to lose. But let's talk about these playoff games. Before I do that, though, I'm gonna go through the shows. You got the main show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave Tuesday and Friday. Now they went live yesterday, so they won't be going live today. But that's normally from 7 to 8:30ish. Then you have Unfazed, which is Tuesdays, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. I believe they're going live tonight. I'm not 100% sure about that, though, however. It is New Year's Eve. Things happen. I don't know. We have BWC, Baseball with Teddy. All your baseball content through there. FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. Hopefully, fantasy football leagues are over. Again, you're wild if you make your fantasy football go through week 18. I don't know who won the Refuse to Lose Fantasy Football League. I'm not in it, so I don't know who won. But shout out to you, whoever won. I think it was between Mark and Kev. So shout out which one ever you won. We have Real Ballers Only, RBO, featuring Vaughn, NBA content through there. Dave's Doghouse, highlights and lowlights of sport. We have King's Talk with Joe Jordan. I don't think he's made an episode about the Mike Brown firing yet. I don't know if he will because we talked about it on the show when it happened. But just be on the lookout for that. We have In the Red Corner, a boxing episode, all your boxing content through there featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. And let me make sure if I got them all. I think I do got them all. Yeah, that's all the shows we have to offer. So please like, comment, share, subscribe to those shows as well. It helps us. And if you like what you're listening to, stick with us. Now, for which I came here for, hopefully I can clean sweep the college football playoff quarterfinals. And I think if I do that, that all but sets up my record to be 500 at the very least, I believe. Either way, I want to clean sweep either way. We're going to start with Penn State at Boise State. That game comes on in about 30, I say 40 minutes, maybe some special presentations, things like that. But it's on ESPN tonight. Penn State comes into this one as favorite as 12.5 points. It is the, I believe, I have it written down. Hold on. I was right. It is the Fiesta Bowl. The Fiesta Bowl for this one. For Penn State, who is the road team as the 6th seed, they have to stop Ashton Jeanty. Obviously, he's number one on the board checklist. Stop Ashton Jeanty. Secondly, pressure Maddox Madsen. Maybe he throws you some turnovers because, like I said, this defense is really good at forcing them, and it's going to be easy to pressure him with a guy like Abdul Carter barreling down on Maddox Madsen. And you got those guys in the back in the secondary ready to pick the ball off. Next, we have the force some turnovers. Again, this defense is really good at forcing those. Run Nick Singleton, who is on the thumbnail. I almost called him his real name, Nicholas, but I got Nick Singleton. I don't know what that was. Run Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. Obviously, the leader of this offense, both of them, if they get it going, Penn State is tough to stop. And don't forget to feed Tyler Warren. Again, John Mackey, winner, can do it all, can line up everywhere on the offense. He's probably going to take Bo Perbula's spot again. Like I said, he did it last week, I believe, but I can't remember. I think he fumbled. But they're going to have him do those things as well. For Boise State, obviously, you have to get Ashton Jeanty going. Ashton Jeanty is the heart and soul of this team. They go as far, in my opinion, as Ashton Jeanty takes them. Also, by the way, Boise State is the 3 seed after winning the Mountain West. Then next, Cam Camper and Latrell Capers, they're going to have to step up and win these one-on-ones. They're going to have a lot of one-on-one matchups because Penn State's going to be trying to stop Ashton Jeanty. They got to step up and win these one-on-one matchups. Next, no turnovers. You cannot feed this Boise State team turnovers. If you look last week, Penn State against SMU. Penn State really didn't get much going first offensively. They scored mainly off pick sixes. Cannot do that if you're Boise State. You cannot put yourself in that much of a hole, especially when you're predicated on running the ball. Can't do it. Contain the run of Penn State. Make Drew Allar beat you with his arm. Force Drew Allar on them third downs. And get off the field on third downs. Got to get off the field. Can't allow Penn State to keep drives moving on third downs. But my winner, Penn State. Why? I think they're going to, like I said, sell out, stop Jeanty. Then they're going to have to, which is going to force Maddox Madsen to drop back and beat Penn State with his arm. And that's the game Penn State wants Boise State to play. They want Maddox Madsen to drop back and try to beat him with his arm because that defense, like I said, they're lurking, trying to take turnovers. Abdul Carter barreling down. It's going to be tough for Boise State to win this one. I also think Nick Singleton and Katron Allen, they continue to have days. I don't think Boise State's defense is going to stop them on the ground. I just see Penn State being too much for Boise State. Great year, great run, but Penn State's just too much for them boys. Give me Penn State to win this game. Next, the rest of these games will be tomorrow. First with Texas at Arizona State. Texas comes into this one as 12.5-point favorites against Arizona State. This game is 1 o'clock tomorrow on ESPN. This is the Peach Bowl. So for Texas, the road team, as they lost the SEC championship game to Georgia, they were runner-ups. They are the 5th seed. Arizona State is the 4th seed, winning the Big 12 championship. But for Texas, they got to run Contravion Wisner and Jaden Blue. They both had days on the ground against Clemson last week, ultimately running them to victory last week. They got to stop Cam Scatterbo. Obviously, if you're going against Arizona State, top of the charts, just like Boise State's Ashton Jeanty, Arizona State is Cam Scatterbo. Got to take him out the game plan. You got to stop him. With Texas, they do have the trenches, and they have the speed on defense to do so. Next, we have get the ball to Gunnar Helm, your tight end. I'm going to say it again. DeAndre Moore, I know they got Golden. Matt Golden, but I think DeAndre Moore, if he gets involved more, it gets dangerous because then it opens up things for Matt Golden at that other receiver spot. And then I think Isaiah Bond is playing too, so it opens up so much more if you get DeAndre Moore the ball. It opens up things for those guys, and especially for Gunnar Helm in the middle of the field at tight end. It just opens up so much. Contain Sam Levitt's legs because Sam Levitt is going to try to make plays with his legs, whether it's extending plays to find someone downfield or just running by himself. You can't allow him to get out the pocket and make plays. And finally, force someone other than Xavier Guillory to beat you one-on-one. Again, Arizona State's without Jordan Tyson, so it's going to be Xavier Guillory and a bunch of other guys who really didn't have that many completions this year. And like I said, Texas has that speed on defense. Make somebody other than Guillory beat you. I'm pretty sure Jahdae Barron is going to be on Guillory. Someone else is going to have to beat you if you're Arizona State. Now, for Arizona State, you're going to have to force some turnovers. You're going to have to get some short fields. Like I said, with that speed on defense for Texas, it's going to be hard, in my opinion, for Arizona State to score. So they got to get some short fields by forcing turnovers and extra possessions. Need to stop the run of Texas because, like I said earlier, Texas had days on the ground. It was tough for Clemson to stop, and they just ran up the scoreboard. Run Cam Scatterbo. I'm going to say establish Cam Scatterbo. It's not enough just to run him. You have to keep running him, even if it's not working, even if you're getting 1-2 a pop. You got to keep running him because eventually he may break one. Even if he doesn't, you have to give yourself that chance for him to eventually possibly break one. Someone has to step up in Jordan Tyson's place. Again, Jordan Tyson was their lead receiver, over 1,000 yards. I love the kid's game, but somebody's got to step up. Somebody has to step up, and they got to get stops. They cannot go shootout for Texas. It's not going to end well, in my opinion, for Arizona State. They got to force Texas to punt the ball. Got to force Texas to kick field goals. They can't allow Texas to score consistent touchdowns. And my winner, Texas. Again, that speed on defense is going to be tough for Arizona State to score. They have a bunch of speed on offense as well. It may pose some problems for the Arizona State defense, who I think is kind of underrated, but I just think Texas got the trenches advantage, speed advantage, and while Texas doesn't have the best back in the game, Cam Scatterbo might be the best back in this game. I think Texas has the advantage because of the trenches, and those running backs are not slouches in the running game. And I don't know. I'm gonna say Quinn Ewers is the better quarterback of the two. He said he's feeling healthy, but he got the better weapons as well. Sam Levitt is down his number one target. I don't want to say he doesn't have much, but he's not loaded like Texas. Texas is loaded over there. Give me Texas to win this game. Next, we have Ohio State at Oregon. 5 o'clock tomorrow on ESPN. This is the Rose Bowl. Now, this would be a fundamental Rose Bowl. Not fundamental. What word I want to say? This will be a usual Rose Bowl game, but there's no Pac-12 right now. So this is Big Ten versus Big Ten. This is a Big Ten rematch. Oregon won the first game at home against Ohio State. It's supposed to be my Big Ten championship rematch, but Ohio State couldn't handle business. But instead, we have it as a rematch in the playoffs. Ohio State comes into this one as favored by 2.5 points against Oregon, 5 o'clock. Let's talk about it. So Ohio State, they got to establish the run. They got to run Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson. Oregon's run defense is the Achilles heel, of this Oregon team. So you have to run the ball efficiently against this Oregon team. You got to sack Dylan Gabriel. It's not enough to pressure Dylan Gabriel. You got to get him on the ground. You got to sack him. Got to protect against the deep ball because they're going to try to hit you deep with Trayshawn Holden or a Tez Johnson. Evan Stewart might go intermediate. They might try to go Evan Stewart every now and then, but they're going to try to attack you with the deep ball. Get the ball to Jeremiah Smith and contain Jordan James and Noah Whittington, who they've been having days on the ground as well. For Oregon. Oregon got to establish Jordan James and Noah Whittington. You got to run at this defense, get them creeping up so then you can attack with the deep shot. Pressure Will Howard, make Will Howard have to use his legs, which he can do, but you want to pressure him to make him do so. Maybe he becomes a little inaccurate. Stop the run because that is your Achilles heel on defense. Run Dylan Gabriel just to keep the defense off balance. And I think Oregon's going to have to force some turnovers. They are, because that's what helps them in the game against Penn State. They don't get those turnovers in the game against Penn State, they might not be Big Ten champs right now. Those turnovers are going to be key in this one. And I know I said I had Oregon winning the Natty, but that's because I had Ohio State getting upset in the first round. With Ohio State winning against Tennessee, if you remember early before the year, in the Big Ten championship rematch, I had Ohio State winning in a neutral site. and I'm not changing that. I think Ohio State neutral site beats Oregon because they have the running backs to run the ball. They have the defense. Now, it didn't show against Oregon, but they do have the defense. They can create some turnovers. They can get stops. They stifle Tennessee. I'm not going to say they're going to stifle Oregon, but they can get stops, and they can create short fields. And Will Howard, if they can play like they played against that Tennessee defense, which is a pretty good defense, against this Oregon defense, it's going to be a long night. If Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Egbuka is getting open like that, it's going to be a long night for them Oregon Ducks. So I'm taking Ohio State. I know Ryan Day is not good against top 5 teams, not good in these situations. But let's remember, in the semifinals 2 years ago against Georgia, took them down to the wire and should have made the natty, but the kicker shanked the mess out the field goal. So I'm going to trust Ohio State to upset, well, technically upset in terms of seedings. Ohio State's 8, Oregon's 1, but betting-wise, they're the favorite. I'm taking Ohio State, man. I'm going with my Big Ten championship preview in August. I'm going with that. I'm sticking with my guns. Give me Ohio State. And last, but certainly not least, we have 7th-ranked Notre Dame at the 2nd-ranked Georgia Bulldogs. 8:45 tomorrow on ESPN. Georgia is favored by 1.5 points. Notre Dame is coming to this one pretty healthy. Besides Benjamin Morrison, Georgia's without Carson Beck. He's done for the year after having successful surgery. So in steps Gunnar Stockton, who's an athlete, questionable as a passer, at least for me, because I only seen him one game and he did okay. But he remains, I'll just say this, incomplete as a passer. You look like an athlete as a passer, I got to see more. But Notre Dame, they got to shut down the run. Let's see how good of a passer Gunnar Stockton is, which is my second point. Force Gunnar Stockton to beat you with his arm. Let's see it. Let's see how good he is. I don't know. Run Riley Leonard and Jeremiah Love. I would like to see a couple of read option plays with those guys this week just so these guys can't just sell out to stop Jeremiah Love. Riley Leonard is a force to run the ball as well. I'd love to see some read option between those two. Let Riley Leonard push the ball down the field. I say it every week or every time I cover Notre Dame. Let Riley Leonard push the ball. I mean, if you want to get him some easy throws to get situated, cool, but they got to let him push the ball down the field. And last but certainly not least, you cannot set up Georgia with extra possessions or short field, so no turnovers. Cannot have no turnovers this week. Cannot have any turnovers, double negative, this week. Georgia, get Gunnar Stockton some easy throws. Let's get him some easy throws. It's a big game, big moment. Let's get him some easy throws, settle them in, and see from there. Pressure Riley Leonard. Whenever Riley Leonard is passing the ball, he can't have a clean pocket. Pressure him. We got to put some pressure on him. Let's get some turnovers. Let's get some inaccurate throws. Let's get some incompletions, maybe some sacks. Pressure Riley Leonard. Establish Trevor Etienne and Nate Frazier. He's going to have to establish the run. If you want Stockton to have a better day passing, you got to establish the run, set up play action, set up some one-on-ones. Got to be able to establish the run. Like I said, they got to force some turnovers, and they got one in the trenches. They have to win in the trenches because Notre Dame has some really good trenches up front in the defensive line and in the offensive line. And the thing with why they've been consistently beating Texas or beat Texas back-to-back is because they won in the trenches. They win in the trenches. Georgia is the tough team to beat. And with that being said, I'm picking Georgia because they're a tough team to beat in the trenches. And when Georgia win the trenches, they win the game. And I think they win the trenches this week as well. Putting pressure on Riley Leonard. I don't know how I feel about the turnovers. Maybe they force one. I don't see many turnovers in this game, however. Both defenses have the defenses to force turnovers. Don't get me wrong. But I think there's a lot of running going on in this game. A lot of running. Notre Dame's going to run the ball. They're going to hope Jeremiah Love pops one. Same with Trevor Etienne and Nate Frazier for Georgia. I see a lot of running in this ball game. I see a low-scoring ball game. Georgia pulling it out at the end. Give me Georgia to beat Notre Dame, setting up a semifinal of Penn State, Texas, Ohio State, and Georgia. And I think that would leave Ohio State. I think that leaves Ohio State and Texas. No, it'd be Ohio State, Texas, and it'd be Georgia, Penn State in the semifinals. But that's all I got for y'all today in the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals starts in about 20 to 25 minutes. I will be tuned in. Hopefully y'all watch as well. I'm so irritated by my bowl record because it should be so much better. The Iowa game really pissed me off. It made me dead serious. It made me antisocial. I didn't want to talk to nobody. South Carolina, took a bad L. That honestly, I thank God I took a shower after that one because I had to cool off. That one pissed me off. Lenore Sellers misses a wide open Josh Simon in the end zone. Then a 3rd and 2, you give up a 50, 60-yard run to end the game. Just honestly made me mad. But it is what it is. Hats off to them. 9 wins this season. Didn't see it coming. But again, Lenore Sellers, he sold. I just got to, as a fan, I got to be real. He sold. Wide open. Missed him. Missed him short and low. But that's all I have for y'all today. Until I think I'm pretty sure I'll be back tomorrow to do my week 1 coverage of bowl season. I'm going to knock out these bowl reviews. I am. Trust me, they're coming. Bowl review week 1 should be tomorrow. Week 2 should probably be Friday because I'm off Friday. And then obviously bowl week 3 should be Sunday night. And I think, like I said, if I sweep the college football playoffs, I should be in a position to finish with a winning record. But man, it sucks. It sucks. But I'm on again.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.